South Africa is Japan's largest trading partner in Africa. Africa's second largest economy accounts for a third of all Japanese exports to the continent.
Everything we do, we, for an example, spoke about the possibilities that are there in terms of the infrastructure that Africa is one on, that we would want Japan to participate, their companies to participate, so that we could therefore have the capacity to ensure that these infrastructure throughout, bridges or whatever, they're all moving. There's now not others that are not moving because the possibility of financing are not there. So those are the kind of things we're talking about.
During the just concluded TICAD 6 summit, the two countries sought to further trade relations between them.
We both agreed that there would be a particular Japan-focused desk on our side, and then there'll be a specific South Africa-focused desk on their side. So I think it's an indication that we are moving further forward in our relations.
During the summit, the World Bank and the Global Fund committed to invest $24 billion to accelerate universal health coverage in Africa. South Africa, which is already benefiting from training and human resource development from Japan, is keen to see that expand to the health sectors.
I was asking them in terms of human resources, can they take some of our people to train them in running the universal health coverage system, seeing that they've got more than 50 years experience on the system. And so the issue of human resources and technical support, they know how to run the system technically. Can they also help us so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel?
Keen to move to cleaner energy in a bid to reduce its carbon footprint, South Africa is now looking towards more sources of renewable energy, including partnering with Japan to expand its hydrogen fuel cell projects. During the meeting, Japan agreed to double the intake of South African students going to Japan for traineeship.
This is a program through which young graduates are able to go to Japanese universities, and they spend time linked to a university, so doing some graduate work, but also working in a Japanese enterprise in Japan. We've been sending small numbers of students, but we're now ramping up the number because we think it's an extremely beneficial program.
The TICAD process has been described as a win-win partnership between Japan and Africa, from human resource and infrastructure development to training young people in Japan and both at home. South Africa says it is already reaping the benefits of this partnership.
They were talking about a qualitative partnership where you see that it's not just 10% for the Africa and 90% for Japan.
With a high private sector participation than the previous TICAD summits, South Africa and indeed all African countries had more opportunities during this summit to speak directly to Japanese companies. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.